I'm going to talk about learning to speak Japanese. I decided to attempt to do this in anticipation of a planned vacation to Tokyo in the near future, but also because I enjoy anime and foreign films, and I thought maybe I could learn enough to be able to watch Japanese language video without having to use subtitles. First, I tried probably what everyone does, which is to order a set of language CDs in which someone repeats a phrase, asks you to repeat it over and over again until you learn the phrase. I did this for a while, maybe 6 weeks. The problem was, first of all, it was boring. And second, I realized I wasn't learning anything that I would likely use. I mean, it's fine to learn how to say the boys are running in Japanese, but I couldn't think of an occasion where I might actually have to say that. So then I switched to a conversational Japanese, a similar process. The phrase is stated, you repeat it back and forth, and attempt to learn the phrase. The limitation I still found with this process is I had no way of constructing a sentence slightly different from ones I was learning. So, if for example I learned the phrase, it's a nice day today. Okay, I could say that. I could understand if somebody said that to me. But what if they said, it's hot today? I would have no way of knowing what they were saying. Or if I wanted to say, it's rather cold today, isn't it? Again, I had no way to construct a sentence where I could ask that question. So, once again, I decided to back up and approach it from a more systematic way. Several sources I heard and read advised me that the best way to learn a language, the Japanese language, is to first learn to read and write in Japanese. That may sound crazy, but it actually makes sense. The Japanese you see written in English characters is known as romaji. And romaji is an attempt to spell Japanese words in English characters. Nippon being Nippon, for example. But in Japanese, it's not spelled that way. It's spelled in the Japanese phonetic system, which is known as hiragana. Hiragana isn't really an alphabet. It's really more accurately a syllabary. Each of the characters represents a vowel or a consonant and a vowel, with the exception of one, and that is the character for N. There are 46 basic characters in hiragana. One advantage of hiragana is that the pronunciation of each character is fixed. Unlike English, where letters have different pronunciations based on the characters around them, common usage, and other reasons, the 46 characters in hiragana are always pronounced the same. This saves a lot of confusion when trying to learn Japanese. For example, in English, the letter G could be pronounced as a G or a J, depending on its usage. In hiragana, there is a J sound and a G sound, but they're completely separate characters and they're always the same. There's the name of a cartoon in Japan that in English, for example, is spelled M-A-G-I. So, in English, how do you pronounce that? Magi, Meiji, Magi, Magi, Megai. It can be pronounced any of those ways. But when you see it next to the two hiragana characters, you know it can only be pronounced one way, and that happens to be Magi. So